views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are those of the host/guest and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any of BXR entities and those they represent.
What's up? What's what is another episode of the You Better Live show with the goddess Chas. You know me, ChasReal, the Emperor's Lady Cake Mix, all of that. And we up in the mix tonight. Y'all know how I get the show started. I do got an awesome guest that then came through on the humble. Like, no, it was not playing. I mean, like literally the day. It was like back and forth. And she was like, I'm going to be there. And then I also had, she came in through with a treat. She gave me some free tickets to get to y'all. Oh my goodness, for this event. So we're going to get more into that, but to get us started, because she cannot be with us for the entire show. Y'all know how I do. Got to give all honor and glory to God. Yes, stuff be a mess, but don't you stress. We are truly, truly blessed. So let's just get in that prayer. Do whatever you got to do. Bow your head, close your eyes. I swear I ain't going to be long-winded because, baby, I pray all day, every day, even in my thoughts. But come on in with me, family. Come on in with me, family. You better live for it. Dear God, we come to you thanking you, oh Father God, for continuing to keep us, oh Father God. Continue to provide understanding beyond understanding, oh Father God. We continue, oh Father God, to try to love one another. We know that you see that fit for us, oh Father God, but we just thank you for loving us. Oh Father God, continue to keep your hand over us. I pray for everyone who is dealing with anything, any type of grief, any type of loss, any type of sickness. You know all and you see all, and we thank you. I'm so glad. I am so glad that you are who you say you are, oh Heavenly Father, and you will never leave or forsake us, oh Father. Thank you, God. Thank you. Amen, y'all. I can't be long-winded. On it, but guess what? I still got to give that glory and honor to God. A prayer is a prayer. And guess what? It's not hard. It ain't hard. It ain't no master. It ain't no craft to mastering. Just basically talking to the Creator, to the Most High, acknowledging your blessings. And I'm telling you, prayer changes things. So anyway, the name or the topic of tonight's show is Everything Green Grows. Y'all know I be trying to play on these holidays they be having coming up, right? So tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and I am not talking about the algae in the water or the marijuana, but yeah, okay. Everything green grows, and this is the way the show is going to go. So let me introduce my guest. We have with us tonight Miss Lashell Silva, who is the CEO and founder of Love, Lust, and Life. God gave her the vision back just last year in October in 2022 to bring about this discussion panel, which is called again, Love, Lust, and Life. Hey, how you doing, Shell?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much. I had to give you your props, girl, because like I told you at the drop of a hat, you was like, oh yeah, I'm there. I know we was making arrangements for you to like call in, and then it was something, you know, and then you're like, no, girl, I'm gonna show my face. I know you hold your the panels every Thursday, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it's an ongoing thing, y'all. Even though Lashell is here tonight, I just wanted to share a little bit about what her mission is and her goal is with this Love, Love, and Life discussion panel. That is an ongoing thing. She is the CEO and founder. This is not like no cliche type of thing. This is ongoing. It's going to continue to grow. Okay, but with that being said, she does have an event coming up next Sunday on May 26th, And guess what? One of the awesome guests that I had here before, the Shira Zania, is going to be there. And y'all know sister can sing. So y'all know y'all got to get on out there. Tickets are $10, just $10. But just like I said, she is here to grace us with her presence. Let us know what it's all about. And guess what? She giving me some free tickets to get it, y'all. And she said it is based on my terms. So if you are out here tonight, show us some love. Let us know that you are here on the chat. Y'all know the phone lines are open at 443-642-9403. So don't be shy. Hey, Lashell again.
Hey.
talking. But how you feeling? You said you all right?
Yes, I'm good. Blessed to be here another day.
Blessed. So tell the people out here, what is Love, Lust, and Life discussion panel? What's that?
So this is a panel that God gave me the vision for in October of last year. The panel consists of 10 members, 5 men and 5 women, and we come together with different subjects and topics that we discuss about life, about relationships. And our common goal is to come together to try to improve relationships and save relationships. Over the last couple of years, we witnessed the divorce rates going up. We witness a lot of couples separating, divorce, and going their own separate ways. And the purpose of this is to try to save those relationships, try to give them some type of resources, some type of tools, some type of advice, and to just hear from the opposite sex. Sometimes, just hearing it from the other end, from the other perspective, gives you a better light and insight to some things that kind of help you question yourself and question the things that you are doing. And that's what the relationship panel is all about. We promote relationships. We promote family building. That's what it's all about. We want to just kind of come together, keep the family together, keep growing, keep the children in the circle, and just keep expanding and keep multiplying according to the purpose of what God intended for families to do. That's what we're trying to do, put it back into the community and pour back into it.
Oh man, that is awesome. That's awesome. I know that you pointed out the fact, like within the last couple of years, you was noticing, what was going on in regards to relationships, a lot of divorces or whatever. Do you think anything in particular like contributed to that?
I will say, I won't blame it on it, but I will say during the pandemic, I feel like that gave people a lot of time to kind of had that time locked away with their partners, with their spouses, and it gave them a lot of insight, as to who this person really was. So many times in our day-to-day operations, we work, we come home, we do the same routines over and over, but COVID kind of slowed a lot of that down, where we were kind of locked in the house together, and we got to kind of see some of the
each other's nerves.
We got to do that. We got to witness some of the behaviors, and we looked at was like, wow, they really is trifling, or I'm really trifling. Like, some of that, we got to see a lot of that behavior over that time. And it also gave us a lot of time for self-reflect and evaluation, to trying to sit back and see, okay, do I belong in this situation? Am I being taken advantage of? Am I taking advantage of someone else? So it gave us a lot of time to do a lot of reflections. And I think that's kind of when people decided to start making these decisions and started moving in different directions according to what that looked like.
Right. So what I see, what's interesting is that usually, when you talk about relationships, people just kind of think, the man and the woman, the partnership coming together. But what I love is that I did hear you say family, and then also, community, because the dynamic is not just, in the marriage relationships, a lot of relationships, unfortunately, in the community for as family are strained, and there is some disconnect there. So I know you are blessing tons of people. I told you that earlier as you were sharing with me. We all know that when you're trying to do something, you wanted to reach as many people as you can to make things better. But my encouragement was to you was, the slogan that I always be going with, always remember in my head, the same way I am with the show. Like, look, what you doing might not help, the world, but it could be the world for that one person. So even if it just reaches one, if it reaches some, please know, honey, you doing what is destined for you. And love, lust, and life is definitely it, right? Right
Yes.
now. So y'all gotta make sure y'all check that out. That discussion panel is held every Thursday. Is it 7:30?
Every Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30. You can find us the link. We have a relationship group that's on Facebook, a relationship open discussion page. And you can find a link for Zoom, and you can join us there every Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30.
All right, 8:30 to 9:30, and every week is different topics, is different discussions that which I know a lot of times it can get heated. You probably need to have a conclusion, right? Yeah. The last week before, because baby, when you talking about relationships, it was all over the place, right? And I really like that you have a diverse panel, just like how you said, the 5 men, the 5 women. Because that is important too for us, to come together and kind of get, understanding from both sides to see what people. So it's kind of like y'all putting it on the table and being, not judgmental, not discriminatory, but really looking at it for what it is. Because before that COVID, like you said, we was hiding a whole bunch of stuff. We didn't even know he was going to work. You was going to work. We was dropping the kids off. But when we had to sit and really look, we was, this ain't it. This ain't it. So let's just hope that your panel reaches who it needs to reach. And y'all heard her. It's every Thursday, 8:30 to 9:30. It's on the Facebook. They have a page. Be sure to like it. Join in the discussions. I did see one of my good brothers, Juan Nance. Is on that panel. Love Brother Juan, and I know he is very, very, very wise. I know he shares a lot of vital information and insight. Also, we talking about them tickets, y'all. I'm telling you, y'all better get on here. Because y'all don't want them, y'all ain't gonna get them for free. But I have some other little I guess, challenges for y'all to be able to get these tickets. But let's talk about that a little bit. So this event is happening next Sunday, May 26th from 6 to 10. It's out in was it White Marsh, if I remember?
Yes, in the White Marsh area, yes.
Okay, give the address and all that there. Tell us what the event about.
So it's next Sunday, March the 26th. It's going to be from 6 to 10. It's happening at the Sizzle of Baltimore, which is a known club in Baltimore County, right there off of Allender Road in White Marsh, 1135, right there. On the corner of Pulaski Highway and White Marsh Mall, right off of Allender Road. We're going to be located on the 2nd floor. We're going to have some of our panel members are going to be there. We're going to have a live DJ. There's food available to purchase. There's drinks available to purchase. We're just going to have a good time. We're going to come in. We're going to do our thing with the panel, and then we're going to do a little mix and mingle. So it's definitely going to be a hot event. We're looking for everybody to come out, get you a little skill, listen to some of the conversations that's going on, and then, have you some fun after that.
Yes, come through and have fun, everyone. And just like I told y'all, she gave me some tickets. I ain't gonna tell y'all how many. That is my business, okay? But you should be great that you're going to be blessed through love, lust, and life has given me the honor to be able to give y'all some free tickets. So we're going to have that going on. I'm going to an event next Sunday. Actually, I'm coming through Sunday to yours. And then after... I'm actually going to another one first before yours. Is a little earlier in the day.
Okay.
And hopefully I can give them whatever I have left or whatever else like that. But anyhow, guess what? I'm going to have, even if it's me and 5 other people, we're going to be up in there, okay? Appreciate the free tickets.
Yes.
She said they're going to be out there. They're going to be mingling. They're going to do a little bit of that discussion thing. Then I sing, like I was saying, that the shearers and they're out there. She can sing. So I'm guessing she's going to perform. I seen a poet is going to be there.
Yes, my sister, Tanika Silver Little, she's a poet. She goes with me when I go with my show. She's going to be on the mic doing her thing, live performing that night as well.
Yeah, it seems like a really fun event. So Y'all know what I always say, don't be shy. It's 6 to 10. It's on a Sunday, but go on out there and get it in. See what love, lust, and life is about. I love that they are giving events outside of the panel discussion. And it's just going to keep on growing. Everything green grows. I'm telling you, everything green certainly grows. But I know that you gave me exactly what was like the mission, what was it, and everything else like that. But can you just give us an example? Something you like what y'all be bringing up?
So we deal with anything. We talk about sex. We talk about intimacy. We talk about divorce. We talk about separation. We talk about dating. So I mean, we don't have no boundaries. So we just go there with real life scenarios because that's what we want to deal with. We don't want to sugarcoat this thing. We don't want to pretend and make up things. We want to deal with real life scenarios that people are going through on an everyday basis to be able to help them, to give them these examples, to give them these resources so they would be able to help them with inside of their relationship. So we talk about it all. Nothing is off the table. And it is for the mature crowd, 21 and over.
21 and over, you heard it, even though we know some of them kiddies gonna be trying to sneak through. But it is for the mature crowd, baby. And then, like she said, when I said, what y'all be talking about? Y'all heard her. The first thing she said, sex. Because guess what? A lot of those breakups had to do with that. And then, y'all was in the house, like we said, during the COVID with the kids. We gonna get in, right. Trying to get to sneak home from lunch and everything else like that. So it was a whole bunch of that. And then you gotta keep it, keep it interesting and different things like that. So just like I said, it is very, very good that y'all have a mix up on that panel, and it's not just all women,
right?
Men or men bashing women, vice versa. It's both sides of the story. But guess what? There's always two sides of the story, and then there's the truth. Let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. And if you talk about it long enough, you might can change somebody's mind.
Absolutely.
Okay. So when you hear love, lust, and life, that is exactly what it is. She has the Facebook group. She's also on IG, right? Is it
the relationship discussion? It's relationship_discussion on IG. Yes, and then we also have a page on TikTok, the relationship discussion. That you can find us on TikTok as well.
Okay. The relationship_discussions is on IG. Make sure that you definitely do not be shy. Check out those discussions, y'all. They come on live every Thursday at 8:30. So guess what? Right before me, Thursday be lit. I'm telling you. I come on 7 to 9. Y'all know that's my birthday. And then guess what? Even if y'all got a break from me, I ain't gonna hate. Y'all can break from me and go over there sometimes to see what's going on with this relationship discussions with love, lust, and life. That's how we do. So make sure y'all support that, because that definitely is love. I don't know if they lusting over, but I live it. It is definitely life. So she said they talk about sex, they talk about all that. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna come on there just to be nosy.
That's all right. Come on.
Right? It's gonna be a whole bunch of that too. I'm like, hold on, let me hear.
Yeah.
And then I know it's also interesting to hear other people's perspectives on things and different issues and stuff like that with relationship. But you, as the CEO and the founder and the host, are you ever shocked on what comes up?
I will say, since I have been doing this, sometimes I have my wow moments when I hear certain things. I'm like, okay.
Okay. So even while y'all discussing it on the panel, is it like a platform when y'all come on live? Are other people able to get in on a discussion, or is the discussion usually just between the 10 panel members?
Okay, so what we do is on Thursday we kind of rotate between the panel members. So we started off with everyone being online, and then we kind of just rotate. And we typically have one of the guys and one of the women will get on, and then I'll be on myself as the host. And we'll have a topic, and then we'll have a set of questions that we will ask. I will ask to the guy that's online, one of my male panelists, and then one of the women panelists. After they answer all of the questions for about the first 15, 20 minutes, we then will open it up to the public. So anybody that's online that's coming in as a guest, we will unmute their microphones and they're able to jump into the conversations. They're able to ask questions. They're able to give us feedbacks. They're able to add whatever they want to do. So we do have that audience participation as well. And also on next Sunday, we will have that same format. So we will have our panelists. We'll go through our questions and everything. And at the end, we will have a Q&A segment just for the audience members so that they will be able to participate, come up to the microphone, ask their questions, share their views and perspectives on the topics, and even, hey, maybe drop some knowledge for us there that night as well.
Right, and because that's what I was ready to get into. I was ready to say, is it ever a time? Because I know you usually say that you have the topics and you have the questions, but I'm sure that it's people that come to you being sure, because of the panel that you do have that have questions. Like you said, like they may pose a question about love, lust, and life.
Right.
So are you're open to that?
Absolutely, we want that.
Like relationship experts.
Yeah, we want all that. We want to hear from the people.
Okay.
We want to hear from our people. We want to hear from the audience. We want them to be able to give us feedback. We want them to be able, like I said, sometimes they dropping jewels and putting us on our feet, telling us, something. So we want that. We love that interaction with the audience members, and we welcome it. That's what we want. We want to hear from them.
Okay, that's awesome. Y'all heard it. So call, ask your questions. Even when they on there telling their business, ask questions or what was their experience? Because I told you I'm gonna be calling to be nervous. I'm like, oh, for real? Oh, so when he did this or did that? Because sometimes people kind of come through too because they're not as comfortable with really, announcing that it's actually them or their situation. So they'd be like, I know this situation, or da-da-da. Or they
asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for a friend. I'm just saying, I'm asking for a friend. So when your man, when he did, when my homegirl,
right,
all of that. And I might be one of those people that comes in here. I don't have no relationship fault is in that retrospect going on right now. But different, like I said, y'all talking on different topics. Y'all talking about family, y'all talking about community relationships. But I know the ones that get the most attention is that couple stuff, right? Because it's like what they say, women are from Mars, men are from Venus, or the other way around. It's all flipped up and flip-flop now, right? Is it? But
right.
Some people from West Baltimore, some people from East Baltimore, some people Maryland, White Marsh, and all that, Washington and event. So yeah, it's different out here. And everybody look at things when it comes to relationships definitely differently. So anything, in regards to that, where you can get it's kind of like going to counseling, right? Like counseling or some type of therapy, what I'm getting for is
absolutely.
Like being in a group, being open, being able kind of to release some things that and then also I'm sure it's very helpful when people come through. And I always say to learn or recognize that you ain't the only one going through something.
Absolutely.
The way life be life, and for whatever reason, when we going through, we think that it's only us or why me? And then you hear somebody else's story and you be like, oh, well, I dealt with that, but dang, girl, dang, I ain't had to deal with that. You know how it go. And so that's helpful as well. When you, like I was saying, you can get other people's perspectives, and also when you can kind of embrace that you are not alone. And especially with these relationships today, we see a lot of the same stuff, same foolishness. People have their own idea of what love is, what lust is, and what life is. So I'm one of the people, I always said on my show that I love conversation, communication, because people say communication is the key, but it's really that comprehension part. Because you can talk and we can talk all day long, but if it ain't no ground or no understanding and you feeling me or where I'm coming from, then what we got? You like talking to, thin air. I mean, some people feel also is that when you don't agree, that it just is out the window. People just want to make their point relevant and everything that they're stating, which is opinion to be fact. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So you were saying that God gave you this vision back in October 2022. And usually when things are started, just like with me, with this live show here in this podcast, you know, we go through stuff and God will send us that revelation or send us that in our spirit. And even though you just found it in October 2022, something is telling me that this idea has come to you before, but you was dragging your feet like ChasReal be doing sometimes, right? Like Chas be doing sometimes. Something is just telling me, I just feel it, that you must have had this idea before, and then whatever, when October comes, you was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. It kept getting on your nerves, kept coming back in your spirit. Like, look, I was like, didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? And then usually as well, it's like you've been through stuff.
Absolutely.
Or you've been engulfed so much with individuals around you that are like going through, and you're kind of dealing with that or encouraging in that situation. And you're like, you know what? I need to reach the masses. It's a whole bunch of people like kind of going through this. And that is like kind of my story with this show, as I was beginning to say, like on You Better Live, because here, that's what I do. I'm encouraging people to just live. We know what it is. We know what it gives, but it is more than life to dine. So you just have to live. I know it's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
It's easier said than done, but you better live.
Yes.
You better live. And everything that I try to bring through here is like, you know, we talk about stuff happening. I got my what in the what's that I'm going to do in a little while. And I have my what in the world. So we talk about the news. You know, the slogan is your news, our views, and it has to be exposed, right? So I'm glad that you came through to be exposed. I know that you were here with me for not too long. I know it takes a little bit in preparing and everything for your show. You coming on at 8:30, it's 7:30 now. So what time you leaving?
So I'm actually doing a lot of this week I'm going to do a lot of promotion. So I have an event that I have to go to tonight where I'm doing some promotion for my excellent event tonight to try to get some more, you know, out into the community, let people know
got this event coming through, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's game time.
It's game time. And when you go through that event for that promotion, you make sure you go live or something, you know, or something to say, this is where I'm here, whatever else like that. And then also be free. Feel free to announce everybody. They can bother me for these 6 free tickets. You ain't got to do no more. They mine. And it's up to that You Better Live to give them away free. So you say, you know what, highlight her on here. She got some free tickets. She might ask you for something to do something or whatever else like that. Because that's what they come free, but it still won't be a fee.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not a monetary fee, but yeah, you gotta do something or whatever. So no, I'll just give it to you. But I don't want y'all to get on Lashell nerves because she is giving me 6 tickets for free. I'm so excited. I told y'all, people are here being shy. You know how it is too when you're doing the show. Just like when you're doing your live, girl, people be there, they just be watching.
Yeah.
They don't say nothing. So whenever they feel it, they can feel it. They know the phone lines 443-642-9403. So what time you gotta be at your event?
I gotta be there by 9:30. So I got a little bit more time. Yeah.
Oh, 9:30, you gotta get ready and get dressed and all that. Stuff like that. I be seeing you. You look awesome in blue. That is your color.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my favorite color.
That's your color. Mine's too. Look at that blue light.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, she looks awesome in blue. It is something about that.
Yes.
That just says, oh my goodness, yes. Blue is everything. Blue is everything. You wearing blue tonight?
Yes, I am.
Wait a minute. I am giving Cleo vibes, but I ain't fake. I am ChasReal on the You Better Live really show. Because guess what? I ain't asked her about her wardrobe earlier. I'm just trying to tell y'all how I be knowing things. Yes, certainly. So Lashell, I ain't gonna hold you because it's 7:35 and you are a woman. And if you anything like me, it takes time to get together. You be looking at the clock like, oh, I got 2 hours, you know?
Yeah.
And then when you look back, it's gonna be 11:30, girl, and the rent won't be over.
Exactly.
So, I ain't gonna ask y'all to stay, but I mean ask you to stay any much longer because I know how it is. You know, I gotta be real and I live for it. Again,
Right.
thank you for coming through.
I appreciate the invite. I appreciate it so much. And the support I appreciate it.
No problem at all. That's what we do. Love, always love. God bless you. God bless you. And you better live.
Yes. Thank you so much. Be blessed. Have a blessed night.
Have a blessed one.
Thank you.
Live. She better live. Okay, so Lashell ready to get all cute up in her blue to go to her event to promote her event. Okay. But I'm still here. Yeah. Y'all know how it is. Y'all see me now? Look. That wasn't ironic that the blue light was just there, right? Was it? So it was awesome talking to her, but baby, I got a lot to talk about tonight. It is a lot going on and too much going on for that to be going on. I'm back. I ain't leaving my notebook over on the other side tonight, y'all. Let's get to it. So that was that. And then, you know, the first thing on one of the what in the what's is that time. General B. It's like, no, I'm just playing. I enjoy playing some time. And then first of all, too, y'all, not first of all, because I already been on here for a while, but I'm on like 2 hours of sleep. 2 hours. And I don't even think I went to sleep. I just think that I laid there, really. So I might be acting, or you might think that it's a little silly, but you know it's all love. And it's always fun. So come get you some. Let's talk about it. So the first thing on the what in the what, because I really was like, what? Like for real? I know y'all heard it, but if you didn't, here we go. Y'all know that executive chief of staff, well, former executive chief of staff to our former governor, Larry Hogan, is on the run. It's on the run. Interstate fugitive search has been launched for him. Who is he? Roy McGrath. Yes, he. And guess what? They just raided his house yesterday out in Florida. They looking for him, y'all. Mr. McGrath did not show up to his first arraignment. First, I got court appearance on Monday. He was a no-show. His lawyer was saying he was expecting him, but I don't know. Somebody is lying. But what gets me, and why is a what in the what, is that they don't really seem outraged that this man is on the run and that he did not show up. He allegedly is accused of wire fraud, embezzlement, theft in programs, of receiving funds from federal funds, receiving federal funds and falsifying records in federal investigations. So the FBI is looking for him, and it don't seem like they are like really outraged. And the way that is being reported on all the main media outlets is kind of like, oh, he didn't show up. They got a warrant issue and we worried about him. We hope that he's safe and he didn't hurt himself. Are you serious? What in a what? Not saying that I would ever want anyone to go to that effect and commit suicide or anything else like that, but seriously, worldwide media, and especially here, y'all know who they say the station and all that always gives us the blues. Y'all better, like, for real, kill yourself, because y'all gave my girl Marilyn Mosley the blues about allegedly taking her own money, and her trial has been rescheduled again, by the way. I think it's the same time when it was rescheduled last time she supposed to have it. Like last year, supposed to be November the 2nd, and something happened in the beginning of the year where they were supposed to have the trial, and now it's postponed again to the end of the year. So hope everything works out for her. But when I was just seeing that, I really was disgusted. Like, is they serious? This man ain't show up for court. This man, let me tell y'all what he did, y'all. First of all, he first was serving on the MES. The MES is the Maryland Environment Services, and they are the ones that are responsible for like the waste management, the combustion, and recycling. So I was thinking like, okay, because I got a little bit of issue to talk about that too with the recycling here in Baltimore City. Like, did he mess that up for us? Okay. So first he was there with the MES, right? He was there. Let me see what his title was. I told you I ain't playing with my book. Let me put it in front of me so I can really get. And then there's a little dim in here. But with it being, what is it? Daylight saving? No, it's not daylight. It's spring food, whatever it's called. But this man, as he was working for the MES, right? While he was working for the MES, I guess he was leaving to come and work with the governor administration. He received a severance pay. So when he was leaving that position to come and work as the executive chief of staff, and then prior to him being on this MES, I think he was like the director of operations. If I'm not, I can't see that note exactly, whatever, but he would have that one of the highest titles over there in the MES, right? Before that, he served as the deputy chief of staff, the deputy executive chief of staff to Governor Larry Hogan. So when he left that position, he then was working for MES for approximately 3 years. Then I guess, I don't know if it was a promotion. I don't know how it worked. All of it was in the government, but baby, he was working the state of Maryland. Let me tell you, because before he went over there to become the executive chief of staff for Larry Governor Hogan, look at this scandal that he done did, child. He told MES that Governor Hogan approves him getting a severance pay, which was like a total of like $236,000 or something to be, which was actually like the yearly annual salary for that position that he was holding in MES. So he told them before he actually locked in with the job with the governor, I'm telling y'all, bold, okay? He was the deputy chief before he was the MES, right? So I guess when he was working in 3 years, and he was like, oh, I can go over here with Governor Hogan and steal some more money, because they not going to tell me that now that it just came out, is supposed to be the charges is about what he did with MES. Okay, it's not necessarily in his position when he was serving with Governor Larry Hogan, but he got him involved, y'all. He gonna tell them people that the governor approves him receiving the severance pay. And they gave it to him. So before he came over to fulfill in his new role as the executive chief of staff for Larry Governor Hogan, former Governor Hogan, y'all, I'm gagging because this is like, it's like, look, everything black ain't whack and everything white ain't right. And it is just not right. It's like, it is such, like, y'all be saying this. Like, it is such like crazy. I can't even find a word for it right now, but it is just crazy because the way, like I was saying, they rolled my girl, Mrs. Mosey, for allegedly stealing her own money. And this ain't him stealing his own money. He stole our money. He stole government money, blatantly did not belong to him. He got his whole salary for the year from his MES position that he was leaving. Nobody asked no question. So he was running games and he was good. And all I'm saying is that as a black man, everything would have been questioned. That's my whole point. Because he white, they always think shit is right. So nobody really questioned him. How did he get away with this? How can somebody say, oh, Larry Hogan, oh yeah, allegedly, right? Allegedly, yes. So my thing is, but it wasn't questioned. Even with allegedly, they're saying that he got the severance pay and saying that Governor Larry Hogan approved it. Like, they didn't reach out there, the chat. Nobody reached out for him to chat. Then he supposed to have been taking the money, allegedly, taking the money from other programs that are like federal funds, okay? Theft. They say theft. And then he was falsifying information on other federal investigations. Allegedly, he was doing all this. But none of this was questioned. I don't know. As soon as it came out, he was like, I'm out. He only lasted 11 weeks as the executive chief of staff while forming the governor, Larry Hogan. He only lasted 11 weeks because as soon when these allegations came out, he was like, oh, I'm out. And he was a no-show for this Monday hearing. Allegedly, too, the lawyer, like I was saying to y'all before, said that he told him, okay, see you the next day. The hearing, I believe, was scheduled to begin at 8:30 or 9. He was saying that he was expecting to see him about 15 minutes or so before that, and he never showed up. So the judge overseeing that arraignment hearing did issue a warrant. His house was raided yesterday. He has still not been cited. They do think because of who he is and the mass showing of his photo, he will be caught very soon. But it's not like giving still like he did something wrong. Even though at the end of the day, all of these charges or these things that he was supposed to do was alleged, the fact is he ain't show up for a federal arraignment. And what they saying is they hope he okay. Nobody is like sharing any like disgrace about his behavior, like that's not right or whatever. You don't even hear any disgrace about what he allegedly did, like how you heard it with Marilyn Mosby. Like even with the allegations, it's not like even no disgrace with it. Like what? He done stole all that 200 and something $1,000. And my thing is, if they alleging this, I'm sure it was some other stuff. I mean, that's what I am going to allege, that something was going on before, because this ain't nothing new. And whatever happened and hit the fan, I don't know. He was like, I ain't going to court on Monday. So do y'all believe that was saying he was guilty? I don't know. He ain't show up for FBI case. Oh, well, somebody in my comments, they were saying they don't think it's an adequate comparison because of her status as elected official and he wasn't. My whole thing is, I don't think it in regards to saying like elected or even higher. I'm just saying in the event of what was alleged, the theft and everything else like that. And then I'm really floored that too, even though she was elected and everything else like that, but even in his position, like he under the governor, he done been up in there. He was the deputy at first before he even went in his position with WES. And then he definitely has more allegations of charges than she did. So that's why I think I was kind of making that comparison. It might not really seem, adequate, but I just was like, my mouth was like open, like, wow. And not only that, like the fact that he didn't show up for this trial, I think that's really what it was. Like he didn't show up for this trial and it wasn't like no outrage. That's the selective outrage part. It wasn't no outrage. Let somebody else would have, like he didn't show up. He did not show up. They had to leave and go to his house yesterday. A warrant was issued. They had to go to his house and raid his house up in Florida. But if he is caught, he will be brought back to Baltimore, they said, to be for this case, whatever, to be heard. I don't know if because he didn't show up and it was a warrant, I'm sure they still got to go through the processes, though. they still had to hold arraignment or whatever else like that. But I'm thinking because it was that warrant. Do you get, even though it's the warrant and you get arrested, why they getting arrested now? I wonder, yeah, that's another charge, right? That's a FTA, a failure to appear. So that's another charge. And I guess when they catch him, he ain't going to be sitting and waiting home to see what's going to happen. Because to my understanding, an arraignment is actually them seeing that they have enough information to actually prosecute you. So my thing is, Mr. McGrath ain't even show up. So what's that saying? But anyway, keep your eyes open for that. Ain't gonna stay on there too long. I said I ain't gonna stay on there too long, but I did, baby. I talked about it. For a little 15 minutes. My necklace is getting all caught on a table. I don't know what it is. When I be on the show and I be sitting in my seat, it's like my butt be slipping. Or maybe I just be exciting it. A little bit of touch of my stuff that I got going on, my little OCD, got move, shift myself and everything else like that, be a little perfect. But that was one of the things that I definitely wanted to bring up. And yes, I understand he wasn't an elected official, but still, nobody's going off. They hope he's okay. Yeah, all right. We hope he's okay. I don't wish no harm on him either, but where he at this point, either he a fugitive. He a fugitive, and y'all worried about he may have. Y'all ain't worried. Nobody ain't saying. Nobody is making speculations on that. I guess that was my point.
But ain't nobody worried. They're not worried because don't nobody know who this man is. You want us to know who he is. We don't care. I did.
I want y'all to know who he is.
We don't know this man, though.
I want y'all to know who he is. He is Roy McGrath. He was the dead on. He stole all his money. He got $230-something.
No one knows him. He does not exist to us. That's
why. Oh, he exists and he's out there. And he was right up there with our governor.
The only reason why we can now is because he ran. Otherwise, no one even know about this trial.
Oh, no. They were talking about it beforehand and was saying because
what I'm saying is,
a lot of the information.
So I get what you're saying. We know about it now, but before this, we did not care.
We didn't know who he was and what position he held and everything else. And I get what you're saying, right?
That's right, because he's not an elected official, so he had none of the prominence that would have went behind his position. Being chief of staff means nothing because you were hired to do that job.
Right.
Being the director of the MES means nothing because you were hired to do that job. No one knew who you were.
But nobody knew
who running.
Nobody knew how you were, but allegedly he knew how to get that money. So
right. But that was behind the scenes. Now that you ran, you're now a top story.
Then he tried to drag Larry Hogan, and that's how I started hearing about it, I believe, and it really came onto the light because when it first came out and everything, they were talking about it, but not as much. Like I said, a lot of times, when stuff go out, go on with them. I see your point of saying, his position and what he was, but when stuff go on with them, you don't really hear about it as much. So you really wasn't hearing about it until the arraignment was ready to come out and it started being shared on what he was alleging by saying like, oh yeah, the governor knew about that. And former Governor Larry Hogan was like, I ain't know about nothing. Okay. He was like, no, I did not tell him he could get that severance pay. And no, I didn't. But Governor Hogan has also shared, I think I seen in the summer. I want to say I don't even want to share that because I don't even think that was him. But just like
how much of that can you believe though? Because somebody had to sign off on it, especially when it's at a certain amount of money and it's coming out of a bank account. Somebody signed off on something to say that he was going to get this money, and he didn't go to the bank and actually take the money out of the account.
Maybe he forged something or whatever. And then he also got. I know that was another part too that he got. Former Governor Hogan to allow like one of these programs that was sending like the first time to send a payment to him directly. So I don't even know how he worked that out. That's how that allegation of
him. There's too many layers of security there.
It is. But I guess I'm just frustrated that they ain't trying to get into it. Okay.
but that's why I'm lost on when you say that. What do you mean? I mean, he was already up for trial. I mean, what do you mean?
He was already up for trial. It's not really together. Don't be lost, baby. Don't be lost. You better live for it on the You Better Live show. But no, it's I guess the fact too is like all of that was what's your name? Those is allegations. I guess I'm just appalled that he didn't show up for this federal prom. Not that never happens, but okay.
He don't want to go to jail. He gonna run.
Right, he don't want to go to jail, but like they not even talking from that position. I just guess I was trying to make the point on just the difference on like when they're reporting certain stuff. I could just not even imagine if Merlin Mosby didn't show up, even though they were two different, I guess two different levels, right? One being elected or whatever, but Baby.
But that's the same thing. Like, you might know who the chief of staff is to the president, but nobody cares who the chief of staff is to Lashell.
And guess what, though? Yeah, nobody cares, but guess what? They definitely wouldn't have been making comments like they concerned about him. Like, at this point, he's a fugitive. Mm-hmm. And y'all concerned that he may be somewhere and committed suicide? I'm just saying, the way that is, I don't know. But anyway, moving on right on along, because Moni said he was lost. So let me find him. Let me find all of y'all if y'all here. Because I don't know. Try to find somebody, because y'all is acting shy tonight. But in other news, what? Y'all already know what happened. What happened, y'all? What happened? And I ain't mad at it. I am not mad at it. We do have, I know the Baltimore City Council has confirmed our new city administrator. Okay, Miss Faith Leach. We're going to talk about that a little bit when we come back. We got a little commercial break, but don't you go nowhere. You got to live. We out here like the air. Bring me in.
The Style Lounge Boutique. For a different caliber of service, the Style Lounge Boutique. For clothing that fits your lifestyle, the Style Lounge Boutique at 1734 Maryland Avenue. Trust me, you're gonna love it here.
Yes, and trust, you are going to love it. The Style Lounge Boutique. Go holler at the girl Mika. Yes, I'm telling you, there's some style and some fashion and some action up in there. It'd be like pearl. I feel like royalty when you go through there. So make sure you go through and get what you gonna get. And guess what? It's women clothes, but the men be bringing it. Whoever, bring them through. Buy me something. If you want to take me up there, come on, call me. Whatever. But yeah, the Style Boutique is definitely what is that? Is that right on Maryland Avenue, 1734. Y'all heard the commercial, but I just wanted to add on to it because I love me. There's a lot of people here that is doing their thing, you know, and I'm here. Before that commercial, I was ready to get into, y'all know we have originally the board. Now this supposed to be, this was shade. Last week, I believe on Friday, when Mayor Brandon Scott did his nomination for this position, the board was like, nay. And supposedly it was shade. It was supposed to be like a real slap in the face to Mayor Brandon Scott, who the board was feeling was not, I guess, addressing things appropriately, or he was like being off of self and not including them. And it was like, no. And it's really unfortunate that it was ready to mess up his sister's chance to be the city administrator. In her position, she is going to be responsible for the day-in-day operations of the government, well, the Baltimore City, like how we run things here. She's going to do all of that. And I don't know much about Miss Faith Leach, but again, I got to do my research. She already up in there. And they voted, but I think Monday when they came back to the table, it was unanimously a 7-0 vote for her to get in. So congratulations to Miss Leach. I'm glad that the mayor and the board could talk. They said they had a lot of constructive collaboration over the weekend after Friday, that they were saying nay to her nomination as the city administrator. But over the weekend, I guess they kind of like talked about it, and yeah, they made it happen. So kudos to them. I feel good that they were able to come together and say, look, Okay, this sister ain't got nothing to do with this, really. But yeah, that's how it happened. Government, I'm telling you, city government, all that, it can get messy and they test each other. And 1 minute somebody's supporting you, 1 minute they not. That's how it go. But let's just say, give Miss Leach a chance and everything else like that. Even though I know a lot of people, and some might even say me, be having things to say about brother Brandon Scott. But oh no, I remember he is a true Baltimorean, born and raised here, right up there in that Park Heights community. A lot of people be saying, you know, how he be going off on the media and saying things. But baby, I was checking out some stuff about this councilman up in the city of Flint in Flint, Michigan, Mr. Eric Mays. Y'all gotta look him up. When I tell you the brother be going in at the meetings, I said, wait a minute, they is allowing that. I thought our councilmen or different people, whatever, sometimes you hear say things was off the hook. Brother was off the hook, but he just now got found guilty for misconduct from a meeting last year in May 2022. So he just now was found guilty for that misconduct. He was facing, I believe it was 90 days in jail or a $500 fine, but he did do an appeal, but he be going off. I mean, I didn't see the man bring props and everything up in these council meetings. I just see him cuss people, put him out. Oh, man, I be laughing. He be going in. I like it. I live for it. It's funny, but I'm like, wait a minute. A lot of what everyone was saying, like, wait a minute, that's not professional. We gotta do better and everything else like that. But he is who he is, and he be going off. So it just gave me a different outlook, even though you can't look at one person and say that person is supposed to be like that person. But in a couple of my thoughts and me having like, oh no, I ain't really like what they said or something else, as far as it was anybody, the mayor or any councilman. And I was like, this man over here going off. It ain't nothing like that. But that's what that is and what I had to say about that. Moving right on the long, like, what in the world? What is going on? The Colombian Navy, yes, the Colombian Navy just seized a mystery. Oh, excuse me. Just seized a submarine with more than a ton of cocaine. 3,000 pounds worth, $87 million. Okay? 2 lifeless bodies were found on board. What they are saying or speculating happened is that while they were trying to do this drug trafficking, something happened with the submarine, got into some type of accident, would cause some fumes, some what did it go like? Some gases or something to leak into the submarine, killing 2 of the drug smugglers that were in there, and 2 of them survived, but they were very, very, very sick. I'm gonna give y'all some definitely details on that. They gonna say, I mean, I got some information who they are saying pioneered this form of drug trafficking. Then we're going to talk about this lawsuit and down in Nebraska, just all this what in the world, y'all. But I got a tinkle, okay? And I'll be right back. But don't you go nowhere. Y'all better live for it. We're going to talk about it. Your news, our views. Be ready, because it's going to be exposed. I know. Okay, guess what? I'm gonna hold it a little bit. Because guess what? Sometimes going to the bathroom, it actually was not me. I could tell y'all what happens behind the scenes, because ChasReal definitely keeps it real, right? So y'all can't see the comments, but my lovely bro, my mentor. Yeah, I say my mentor. I've been saying that. He had to go to the bathroom, so it was just like that yawn. As soon as he let me know, okay, we gonna take a break, I felt like I had to go. So don't judge me, y'all, because I'm gonna keep on going just for a little bit. So I'm kind of like holding it, okay? But we ready to be breaking soon. So the submarine, right? Drug smuggling operation was going down in the Pacific Ocean. It was bound for Central Maryland. The submarine was 49 feet. Like I was saying, some type of accident happened where it released these fumes, and 2 of these men on this submarine died, and 2 of them were very sick. When the feds got out there, get down, look, it's my Doug on my chair. And he always know, you better get down. You better get down before I smuggle you. I like to do that. He trying to get my attention. Get it. Get on down. Get on down. He like to get my attention. He like, you talking to them and you is not talking to me. Kobe, you better go ahead. That's why I named him Kobe, because he always jumping. But the submarine, right, was coming through. They found it. The 2 people that they found on the deck were treated. They were supposed to be severely ill. They did treat them, but then they were shifted on along to the authorities. Now, 8 years ago, a Colombian man, 51-year-old Jose Samir Renteria Coro, was sentenced to 27 years in prison. He is supposedly the man who actually pioneered the use of like semi-submersible vessels to kind of smuggle these drugs, right? So this is ongoing. This is a new thing that they were doing in a effort to elude the authorities who are like, you know, responsible for making sure these drugs and stuff don't get over here. But what I'm saying, it's going to be some trouble, some stuff going to be coming out because, I mean, if you know anything, what they say, drug follow crime or whatever. And I know somebody is mad that them 3,000 pounds worth, that 87 million ain't reaching over where it needed to reach. And they done took the cocaine. Okay? They done took the cocaine. The Colombian Navy has seized it, and somebody is going to be mad. So keep y'all eyes open. I'm just saying, somebody money really, really got messed up. Okay? And the Colombians, I don't think whoever the drugs this was, they ain't feeling that. They ain't feeling that. But then use in the what? This one is a sad though, right? In the back, a school district just agreed to pay $1 million after their son, Jagger, not the school district son, student Jagger Shaw, a snack from guys. Is that during the day in the class and at the office to retrieve a. This is like, you can have one of mine. Balls. She gave him a bar halfway into of an allergic reaction. That was also reported is that they don't, nothing was reported on exactly if he had allergies or what his allergy was, or even if the school was aware. But what is interesting about this is that even when he had these symptoms, he went to the nurse. First, he was provided a Benadryl, which did not work. And then he was provided a shot of ephedrine. I think that's how you pronounce it. Come on, y'all. Y'all know my tongue. But give it to me. With the EpiPen, he was shot with the EpiPen. And at that, y'all don't hear me. I done muted myself real quick. But what I was saying, I was muting myself real quick. I'm going to run back through the story in case you did not hear me. I don't know how I muted myself. Is a ghost up in here or a spirit, but it's all good spirits. They just like, hold on, mute it. Should I be talking about this? Wait a minute. I live for it, but not that type of live, right? I don't know. Not that type of live. Not that type of live. Not that type of live. But the school district, who will pay is actually the school district's liability insurance, a sum of $1 million. 14-year-old Jagger Shaw died after being provided a snack from his teacher. When he went to the nurse, they gave him a Benadryl. The Benadryl did not seem to be working. So he was then shot with an EpiPen. And looking at information about this case, I learned, and I'm sure others out there know, that being shot with an EpiPen and not necessarily needing it could be deadly. It does cause your blood pressure to raise up. It does possibly can cause stroke and death if you do not need it. So I'm like, I'm not saying that he wasn't having an allergic reaction and needed the EpiPen. I'm sure for whatever reason the nurse felt like he did. But I was really wondering, like, allergic reactions is really, really serious. Like, what was it? Like, it's so sad. Can you, like, something so innocent? And I really, really do feel for the teacher that gave him this granola bar, because I know she just was being nice, saving him a walk up to the office. I don't know if she was aware of any allergies or anything that he had. Like I said, it wasn't being reported either way by the information that I've been seeing. His parents haven't informed of an allergy or whatever have you. But after he was shot with the EpiPen, he was taken to the hospital by way of ambulance, and he did transition from this life. So rest in peace to Mr. Shaw. Prayers and love has definitely been sent out to his parents, because that is certainly, certainly tragic. You don't expect things like that to happen. We know things like that do happen, but it does not make it any less tragic. And that was in Babylonian, Nebraska, but right in Nebraska. So they're gonna get paid, and money does not bring a person back. But I know in those civil cases, it's kind of to make a person whole, I guess, in some respects. So 1 million, the family will be awarded that for this wrongful death of their son, who just ate a granola bar from the teacher in school. And then on another what in the world, did y'all hear about them people? I told y'all different stuff is on my do not visit list. And where this happened over in Matamoros, Mexico, it is number 4, is 11-4 city, which is the highest for alert of not to travel. So that's the highest level that you can be, and that's what this city is. 4 Americans from Bronzeville, Texas, entered into this part of Mexico in a white van with Carolina tags, and 2 of them are now deceased. 2 of them did survive this kidnapping. 1 of them was injured, 1 of them was not. The 2 did, Mrs. Zendel Brown and Saeed Woodard, rest in peace. The 2 survivors, Art Williams and Latavia Tay McGee. Allegedly, the story is they were crossing over. She was going to get some type of surgery. These guys accompanied her. They even got videos of this too, guys. Like, they had the video footage. That's how it was made aware to us as the Americans. Right away, they had like 1 person in custody. I know it was some follow-ups between El President and the Mexico's president. Is a $50,000 reward for arrest. Later on, I think like a cartel down there claimed responsibility. They turned in like 7 people. So I'm like, did they get the $50,000, the cartel? But yeah, so people, us messy. They say they wasn't going over there for no surgery, because it was 1 girl and 3 guys. And they were saying they was going over there looking for the plug, and this tragedy happened. I don't know either way. All of that is alleged. I don't live for that, but baby, Mexico, what is it? Matamoros. Let me spell it for y'all. Matamoros is number 4 on the number 4 level of cities of not to travel, and that is the highest level. So guess what? That's on my list right, with Russia. And I'm going to encourage you, do your research before y'all. I know we all like to travel and do little stuff and all that, but do your research. Don't go nowhere where they ain't welcoming. They ain't welcoming. That's not no tourist attraction. And then it is really sad too that if this sister was going over there to get some type of cosmetic surgery, and I guess these guys coming to support her or accompany her on this journey, and this happened because soon as they came into Mexico, yeah, I mean, y'all gotta look it up. Y'all gotta look it up. I'm talking about they came out with guns blazing, drag these people out that daggone minivan and put them in the back of a pickup truck and went away. And like I told you, 2 of them ain't make it out from that. 2 of them ain't make it out from that. So yeah, that's really serious. Y'all know I had my guest on earlier at the beginning of the show, Miss Lashell Silva, who is the founder and the CEO of Love, Lust, and Life. And she gave me some tickets to give away. So since I haven't really heard from nobody, I'm just saying, the first person to comment, the first person to call in, you got tickets. So bring it to me, 443-642-9403. I also will be next week. I am going to celebrate the life of the awesome brother, Baba, my family, Baba Imhotep Fatu. Yes, to go and celebrate his life. Today is actually him and my cousin, my family, their anniversary. I think what it is, Chad, we young. What is it? 20 years now? It might be 18. It's something. They've been together for a long time. Definitely a beautiful reflection of what Black love is and what it should look like. So shout out to them. May they continue to evolve to be the best into their best selves for one another. I love him so much. I'm excited to be joining and going to celebrate him. But I am going to be there. I'm going to be there at that event. That event is actually earlier in the day, on the same day that this event that Love, Lust, and Life is hosting out there in White Marsh, Maryland. She plugged y'all in, but I ain't got to give y'all a commercial. Or as she plugged y'all in, she told you how to find her on Facebook. I believe it was panel_discussions. That also was the IG thing, but Love, Lust, and Life. Type it on in on your little magnifying glass, look on Facebook, and it certainly should come up. So I'm gonna be at that event. I want you to come through. It was RSVP, but guess what? Stuck me a little bit. It'll do something. Wait till I come out. That event is like 3 hours, and then you see me there with my red locks up in the air. Guess what you need to tell me? You need to tell me love, lust, and life. You better live and throw them signs. And guess what? I got them tickets to give to you. We got I said I wasn't gonna tell y'all how many I got, did I? But I got some, and if you want them, come and get them. I'm sure it's going to be an awesome event. So make sure y'all check out that page, see what it's all about. It's not just a discussion. It's going to kind of be like a show. She said a good time. It's a mix and a mingle. So come on out and mingle how you know how, and have some good fun. Okay. And other news too, I went on the world on What in the World, because it definitely be given a what in the world, but another what in the what, same things that are still happening. Right before I joined the show, I was talking to the awesome Monty. We was talking about things that I know I'm always talking about here. The murder rate, I was mentioning to him that unfortunately another young man was shot yesterday, leaving school 4:00 p.m. He was shot at a gas station, but luckily this young man did survive. He did survive. Excuse me, I'm all worked up. I've been drinking my water, y'all, trying to get into, because I be 41 and I want to look like the sun when my birthday comes. Do you hear me? Bright. But this young man did survive his injuries. I believe he was attends Reach partnership. Was it Reach? See, sometimes y'all be having my book, but then it be so much. Like if I can really show y'all, look at all my writing. I ain't gonna. I ain't lying. I don't do no faking. My name ain't ChasReal for nothing. But I be writing down these notes and I kind of just be jotting, but they be all over the place. So when I be thinking that I'm going to come here and do my thing and spit it off and give it, and I be having it in my head, I do. But then sometimes it just not fade away. It never fades away. I'm always there. Thank God, same mind, body, and soul. But I was trying to give you like some specifics about that incident. Yes, we know that shootings happen every day in Baltimore City. Is well over 300 murders, I think, for the last 8 years. I don't know the exact numbers, but it's not uncommon. This is definitely the norm for a city stricken with poverty, sickened with drug abuse, sickened with mental illness, lack of housing, lack of resources. It's definitely not. I mean, it would be a shocker. I know it is a shock, and it is unfortunate that people lose their lives every day senselessly, but it ain't nothing new. And I'm through with people having that, what they say, selective outrage. But anything green grows, y'all. That's the name of the show. That is also not the name of the show. That was just like my topic, because like I was saying, I like to play on different stuff like that. And I have a joke with one of my sisters, Lakeisha White, who is the peach lady. We doing her karaoke every Wednesday up there. She also has like Shady Girl Shades and all that. Look, I always be showing love promoting people, right? But wait a minute. This necklace, this chain, y'all, keep on getting stuck on my table. Wait a minute. I gotta throw it back here behind my neck. I don't know. But I just was saying that everything green grows. I always say that to her, that being her favorite color. Green, like everything, green grows. And yes, it do. The money, the grass, everything green. Everything green. It certainly grows. I know y'all was wondering, like, what's the connection? Why would you be saying that everything green grows? Y'all don't always have a point, right? And that's the point. That's it. Everything green grows. The algae in the water, all of that. Everything green grows. The green, that be on MP, all that. Everything green grows. Everything green grows, but it is a second, and I like to always say it. So just keep on growing. Every time I hope that you see the color green, whether it's in your pocket, in front of your eyes, in your pocket as a form of money, in front of your eyes as a serene thing coming through, whatever you look at, whatever you enjoy, the grass, the trees, just look at it grow. And remember, like with the season in spring coming back, yeah, a lot of stuff was dead. A lot of stuff withered away during certain parts of the year. And that's just like in us and our human existence. But it does come a time where it springs up and it grows. So may you continue to grow. And every time you see green, I hope you remember that. Everything green grows. Everything green grows. I was talking about the young man that got shot yesterday. His name has not been released, but just like I was saying, luckily he did survive his injuries. As of date, it has been 7 other youth that have been stricken by senseless gun violence so far this year that have lost their lives in the city of Baltimore. All of these 7 youth were like, they connected it to either going to school. I remember the one young lady, the first day of school, Deja, she was killed. You had Dante, you had Isaiah from last week, but a lot of them either leaving school, on their way from school, leaving school, hook school, or whatever else like that, have been victims of this gun violence, which is very, very sad. No, it is the norm, but that does not mean that it is not tragic. It is when you hear stuff like that. It really is. It really is when you hear stuff like that. And then also in Baltimore City News, you know, they've been playing with this recycling. You know, I was saying earlier, but I didn't put that on that man. Said, did he have something to do with that? Well, I mean, he was with the MES for 3 years. But recycling arguments have came up to get our weekly recycling back here in Baltimore City. Yes, I didn't know that it had been so long, but they was saying that it's kind of been like a span going on 3 years where the DPW has had issues with being able to collect recycling efficiently and as they had planned. Still no information coming from DPW is when they're going to get on track. Nothing is really coming from them. They just report and they're going to get the information when they could. Councilman Zeke Cohen has brought the argument to the table like, yeah, we just want to know what's up. People are saying it's a disgrace. I can say for myself, baby, the can be overflowing. I got a can here, a bag here, this there. And not to mention when they come, they don't even dump the whole thing. Trash is everywhere. Cardboard boxes, soda boxes, everything you can recycle. And especially us having this wind and everything here, it has been more trash around. I just was out the back the other day, went up the whole alley because like when I came through, it was a man on the news like, look at this is a disgrace. It is. It looks a mess. It's recycling, but it's trash, and it really looks trashy. It's blowing everywhere. Everything else like that, I really don't know. They were saying that they switched it to this bi-weekly because they don't have enough trucks, they don't have enough employees, and that. Yeah, okay, but y'all need to do something. I don't know. Do they need to have a recycling drop-off state? I don't know, but something need to be done because it is more trash going around here. And another issue, another house, y'all. Yep, I'm jumping all over. I told y'all I had a lot to talk about. Another abandoned.
Wait a minute, let's stay here for a second.
Let's stay here for the recycling.
For a second, just for a
you
second.
Want to talk about it? I move on. I was like,
I understand exactly what you're saying as a homeowner about, you know, the collection of recycling, but at the same time, you do have to still realize that they're only able to process about 20% of everything that they collect.
Right.
So that when they say they don't have enough staff, there's not enough trucks, they mean that. I mean, it's not a lie because they can't process all of this. Most of the recycling that they collect end up back in the waste, the landfill.
End up in the trash anyway.
Yeah, because they can't process it all.
But you know, I
process it all.
Yeah, and I couldn't see that. But and I guess a lot of people jump more on board though, Monty. If you remember it was this big initiative when, you know, the mayor first came on board. They gave out all the recycling bins or whatever. Because I'm even going to admit, I was not a real big recycler before that campaign was out there and before they gave the free bin.
I did. I had my own bin that I put outside with my recycling in it. But I even back then I realized that they did not have the capability because they wasn't even accepting plastic bags. Now we're overflowing. Like I'm overflowing with plastic bags right now. And it's like I don't have enough uses for them because I used to put my recycling in them and put them in my little container. You know, whether you throw those bags away or not, that's not my problem. But I'm gonna use them to hold my recycling.
Yeah.
You can throw them away.
They don't take bags. And just like I said too, my can be so stuff, that big bin, you know, that the city gave to everybody with the code on the back.
Right.
And somebody, they done got mixed around too, baby. It be blowing so much. I know the can right there ain't the one that I started out with. And you know,
I know my numbers on my stuff. I always got my cans in my house.
I called one time to ask for my numbers. I was like, this is not my can. This is not my can. But when I went right there, it was at the end of the yard. So I don't know. Mine's blew somewhere. Somebody took it. Then they was like, oh, that's there, whatever. I don't know. I ain't go walk down and get it. But yeah, the cans are registered to your address. But with that being said, I stuffed that can so much that they don't even empty it all the way. Like when they come, they put it on the back of the truck, you know, it got like that little lift, but it doesn't get all of it.
Right.
Like it's so much in it, like it does not get all of it. And then even when they do that and they empty them, and they coming for the collection and the wind blows. Like the trash is everywhere.
Yeah, but as far as the collection process, I don't think they can actually change. I really don't recommend them changing that every other week process until they're able to process it 100%. If you can't process the recycling 100%, there's no need of collecting more to make your backlog worse.
Right.
Because that's what it would be. All those trucks would be just sitting there still housing. Because if you don't have no way to put it besides the landfill, then what's the point? Because if it's up in the landfill, that's just making the environment worse. You're not actually affecting change.
And I get it, because I think, it was promoted so much. So just like I was saying, when he had that campaign, I know a lot of people, if they wasn't recycling already, they started recycling. And then people like myself is that, I did recycling, but it was like minimum. I was like, if I recall, I did like certain things, and I don't know why. Like I would do my water bottles and cans and different stuff like that, but like big jugs and all that, I don't remember like really being pressed to put that in there. Like my, what I'm saying? Like the big plastic jugs or something like that, like my bleach bottles or my laundry detergent and stuff, like when I was
but it's also great that everybody's actually participating in it. But
it is unfortunate that
it's the least you can do. I mean, seriously.
It's the least you can do, but what is it doing if it's going in the trash anyway?
But that's my point.
So I mean, y'all, just to your discretion. Look,
I mean, everybody is always complaining, but they don't even know what the process is and why these things have changed.
Right.
As you are participating, there is a lot more recycling to be done, but they never had the capacity to even do what they were doing before.
Right, but I mean, they did that. They increased it. They increased the participation.
Well, exactly. But that's actually also why they gave you a bigger container, so it doesn't look bad as they're collecting it.
Oh, and it looks
now
big.
You started overly. Now you overly recycle and overflowing that trash can.
Yes, because everybody on it.
But you do know that's your fault, because they tell you not to overflow. Your trash cans on your front porch should always tightly close.
The lid do be closed.
That trash can in your house. You have to keep the lid inside.
The lid do be closed. The lid do be closed. I'm just saying, I don't know how effective that truck is that they be putting it on the lift and dumping it, because it's still
dumping all of it, right?
And it blows everywhere.
Because they tell you not to jam pack it, because they're not going to put their hands in your trash.
Right, they do the trash can the same way.
Yeah, they're not going to touch your trash.
Right, and I had seen a man on the news. He had got like a little shed built like in front of his house, like a partition to try to stop it from blowing away.
And you really can't blame them for not wanting to touch your trash. Y'all know y'all put your snot rags and stuff in your trash. I'm not touching that. Ew.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Y'all get sick and y'all just be putting your sputum everywhere.
See.
And y'all know y'all do it.
Y'all know y'all do it.
Raise your hands.
Y'all ain't gotta admit it.
Raise your hand.
We proudly y'all for recycling. And I guess the point that I want to make, or the encouragement that I want to give, is that you got to use your discretion. And my thing is, right, like Moni was saying, we hear everybody complaining. I get it. I got some complaints too about it over there. But guess what? I got enough sense that if it's getting like that, I'm not gonna keep on folding up the box.
A lot of us don't use our collective thinking and trying to figure out what the process that's going on behind the scenes is.
Okay.
And that you filled that recycling bin up, and you didn't do that in the past.
Yes.
That so everybody might be doing the same thing, and it might be overwhelming.
Right. And so don't feel bad about having to throw something in the trash. Because it's
exactly. If it don't fit in the recycling bin, put it in the trash. Unfortunately,
you should be proud of yourself. If you fill that bin up, be proud of yourself. That's enough. Don't keep.
At least they pick the trash up every week. If it ain't gonna fit in the recycling bin, put it in the trash.
Hey, put it in the trash. The recycling around here is every other Tuesday. That my trash day is Friday. But yeah, that's what I done. That's what I'm saying. You gotta use your discretion.
And I'm glad what they did for us is our recycling is every other Friday, and we get our trash picked up on every Wednesday. So I mean,
yeah, I know it's different schedule, different days.
Because you were here yesterday, you noticed all the trash that had blown around here. And my block is like a wind tunnel. Everybody's trash from every other block actually comes down on my block for some reason.
Right.
We're always cleaning off our fronts from other people's trash. It don't even be our own trash.
Don't even. And then how like my house is, it's like I'm in the middle. It's like 3 houses, like I'm in the middle. So every time in the blow, everything come right on up. And it's wind sound. It was like all the trash be like, hey, let's go to ChasReal house. Let's go to ChasReal. So I guess that's really too why I'm agitated. But yes, trash is everywhere. But the people are complaining saying because they not having enough recycling pickups. But my thing is, give it up,
What do you
y'all.
want us to,
Throw it in the trash.
The question that can be asked back to those residents is, where do you want us to put it?
No, put it in the trash. We want y'all to put it in the trash.
Right. That's where we want you to do. Yeah, that's the answer from the recycling people. Put the rest of it in the trash. If it ain't gonna fit in your recycling bin, put it in the trash.
Right, put it in the trash.
Because unfortunately, we can't do nothing with it. Even if we pick it up and take it to recycling, we can't do anything.
We put it in the trash anyway. We're going to put it in the trash anyway, so don't feel no type of way.
They are holding on. I'm serious. They are holding on to an inordinate amount of 10 in the recycling programs right now, and there is a 10 shortage everywhere for companies like cat food tin cans, all of those things. They're having shortages on that, which is why if you ever go down to Pet Owl food line of any place right now, those shelves are bare because they don't have tin to put the food in for cats. But the tin is available. It's just at the recycling places.
Because they ain't
but they don't have the capacity to process it.
Right. We gave our recycling, but it ain't make it to that part of the cycle yet.
It's still sitting at DPW.
It ain't be reused yet. It's still sitting in DPW on the trash. And your favorite man,
said, most of it because they can't process it. They can't hold on to it. They put it in the landfill.
Hold on, and your favorite man that then pumped everybody up about recycling.
Actually, this wasn't his program. This actually wasn't his program. This was Sheila Dixon's program that actually took 10 years to get initiated.
Yeah, and when he came, he really was putting his stamp on that. But man, they had Brandon Scott himself delivering them bins. and remember it was going on, baby. They hired everybody to drop them off too. I was so, what is going on? I thought it was the cartel around here. They was jumping off of pickup trucks, the trash trucks, everything to give out them bins, baby. They give out the blue bins, and also they had contractors and them green bins. But that also frustrates me that it is so many trash cans around, and it just frustrates me too on how much people litter. And just go trash.
Exactly, with a trash can sitting right there in front of you.
Right there on the corner. Yeah, it'd be a mess. But guys, get to know things, and I'm glad to let you know, get to know things about what's going on in city government and everything else like that. Get more involved, y'all. See what's going on and look into what's going on. Don't always listen to someone else's opinion.
And check your selective outrage. Check it.
Learn for yourself. But it is an organization that has been launched here, the Peace Organization. And why I ran across this, because this was actually a guy that I voted for and for mayor, Paul Wallace. He is the treasurer. The chairman is Giovanni Patterson. They have started this organization. It was someone else in the comments, what is her name? Miss, was it Euripsy Morian? I'm sorry, ma'am. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. But yeah, they started this organization called Peace. Peace stands for People for Elected Accountability and Civic Engagement. They've been in existence since 2022. Their mission is to engage and energize voters across Baltimore City and encourage city residents to become more actively involved in the political process. Peace strives to hold those in power accountable and to create a healthy, transparent Baltimore City government that serves its citizens, not special interests or lifelong politicians. Yep, right here in Baltimore City. That is definitely what that organization is geared to do. I see that they had an upcoming event, like a town hall that's going to be going on the 21st. But yeah, that's next week, right? Was it this week? This year is flying like all the other years, so it ain't nothing new. But yeah, at Victory House Worship Center, they're going to be having something, but you do have to register. So I suggest go out and find more about it. I came across the information today. I signed up to receive information, to receive like the emails and the information and stuff like that. Because like I say, I can admit, I ain't fake, I'm real. Yes, the God is Chaz. And there's been a couple of things that has been, me as a voter, I've been influenced to vote for or not vote for either way, or had my own ideas on matters. And then after the fact, I may receive more information and I'd be like, should my vote could have went that way? Or dang, I didn't really think about that part of it. So I'm glad to see that these citizens here in Baltimore came together with this to educate us. And I already read off their whole mission statement. I ain't gonna read it again. Peace with all of that, but definitely check them out. I always say, go on there, do peace. They got it cracking. People for elected accountability and civic engagement. So I'm gonna be checking that stuff out, seeing what they got, and try to learn some stuff about the city government and get a better understanding for myself, for myself and for my community and everything else like that. I always joke about it, but you don't never know. I might be the mayor. I might, one day. Who knows? And maybe peace can help me. But just like I was saying, it caught my eye because Paul Wallace, the treasurer, was actually a mayor nominee for mayor here in Baltimore City in the last election, involving in the one that Brandon Scott won. So yeah, I'm making it known. I voted for Paul Wallace. I think I told this story before that I had got the opportunities to actually go to like an open house with him. Well, actually, he came to someone's house that they opened it up for him to come in and have a discussion with us. Let us know what his plans were and different things like that. And I was really, really impressed. It wasn't like I don't know. He just was real. He kept it real. He kicked it with us. He let us know what was going on. So definitely he had got our vote. Not that I was against Brandon Scott, but I just was feeling like he already been in the city council. I don't know. I guess I was feeling like, I don't know. I don't got nothing against him, but I'm from East Baltimore. Might have been because he's from West Baltimore. What? I'm just I keep it real. I am not fake. Y'all bet to live for it. We talked about a lot today. I ran it down for y'all, honey. It was your news, and I definitely gave you our reviews. Well, mine's anyway, because y'all was really acting shy today. But we talked about the tragedies that continue to happen here in Baltimore City. With the census murders, I ran it down about that guy, McGrath. What's his name again? Because they said nobody know him, but all I know is Monday, he ain't show up for court. And he is a fugitive, but they ain't worrying about him being a fugitive. They are not outraged that this man allegedly stole his money and everything else, and he did not show up to court. No, they outraged that he might be somewhere and he might have harmed himself. I don't mean to say it like that, but yeah, Roy McGrath, we talked about that. We talked about Faith Leach getting a 7-0 anonymous vote, vote for the chief administrator officer. She'll run the day-to-day operations of the city government, ensuring an effective and efficient and equitable delivery of city services. So maybe she can address the recycling thing. I ain't worried about the recycling. I'm also worried about these abandoned houses that keep on blowing down too. Because another one blew down on West Landville this week. Blew on West Landville. Luckily, no one was injured, but it happens too much. I had some specifics on that based on a report by JHU, which is Johns Hopkins University. They say that these vacancies in the city is costing the taxpayers and the sisters in the city are estimated $200 million a year to maintain. So maybe they need to address that, and then they have more money to hire and do what they need for this recycling. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all pay for it because I don't. But anyway, it is about 14,000. I had that number down too. Yep, 14,000 vacant buildings here in the city of Baltimore, and allegedly, according to the city's database, an official database owned by the city, all of these vacancies are privately owned. All of them are privately owned. So I mean, what? They ain't no fines. They ain't making them take care of these houses. Like, what is going on? Because a lot of times people will say they're coming out neighborhoods in our community and they be like, why we don't take care of these Black folks or whatever? They don't take care of their communities. Don't take, but it be a lot of that. A lot of this stuff really be eyesores. And guess what? These houses is not owned by us. They probably own, these people come in, they buy these houses, and then they do nothing with them. They do nothing with them. They leave them. And I know a lot of them too was owned by people who transitioned, didn't have any family. They were bringing down. I knew about like 2 people that had actually happened to like had a house left to them. They couldn't really afford to keep it up, and they kind of just like left it. But yeah, allegedly these 14,000 homes are privately owned. The city doesn't own any of them. I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do something because these houses keep on breaking down. It was real wind blowing down, collapsing. It was real windy here this week, and wind gonna blow. And we can't be having buildings just falling down. It happens, but it's too much going on for that to be going on. And luckily, nobody walking past that got injured and everything else like that, or lost their life. Because, we talk about the senseless gun violence, but even stuff like that being hurt, or these houses continue to collapse is senseless to me. Y'all got to do something about them. The people who own them or whatever, I know it's some type of legal process or whatever you got to go through. If y'all don't want to attend to this, knock them down. Knock them down. We have a whole bunch of empty lots or whatever else like that. But the fact that it's costing us $200 million. $200 million. And then this is to the JHU study. So ain't no shade to John Hopkins, but I'm going to lay you, John Hopkins. Y'all was buying everything else out. Did y'all buy these abandoned houses? I mean, this is the trick for the city. Then to give y'all this money because John Hopkins is building stuff everywhere, especially over East Baltimore. But this house collapsed over West Baltimore. But yeah, we talked about a lot. I wasn't too silly, even though I really, really, really am like running, what they say, on fumes, on like not even food, I don't know, on air. I'm here, out here like the air. So breathe me in. I'm here and I enjoyed the show like always. Every Thursday, I am here live 7 to 9, giving it to you. God loves you. God bless you. You got to join me every Thursday. And y'all gotta stop being shy. Let me know y'all in here. Show me some love. Like, share, and comment. I sent out them likes, the request the likes for my page. Come on now. It was very few. You can find me ChasReal_7 on IG. My personal Facebook page is Chassie the Empress Dorsey, and that's my government. That's my government. I don't know if I should be sharing that, but anyway, it's so much fraud and stuff like that going on, but I don't care because I ain't the only Chastity Dorsey. I learned that too. You ain't the only one. You be thinking that your name is the only one. Somebody got my first, middle, and last name, but the middle name is spelled different. I was like, wow. I am not the only one. I know I reported a lot, guys. I did because that's why I want you to keep your eyes open and I want you to live for it and to keep on living because stuff be happening and it just be so much. And sometimes we really get it confused to think that whatever we going through or whatever is going on, like in our city, there's a whole world out there. So that's a little bit of the point of me doing the what in the world, just to let y'all know, like, yeah, troubles, oh my goodness, come every day, and troubles is everywhere, but you better live. It's not just you, it's not just me going through. It's everybody. It is everybody. And I also have a treat for y'all tonight. I want to remind y'all again, I got them tickets. Come on now. Y'all know y'all want to go to that event. Meet me next Sunday outside. Should I be something that I was playing? What they say, I don't even really want to manifest that nobody's stalking me, but no, if you come with love, I am protected, blessed, and highly favored. Come on through and say to me, love, lust, and life. You better live. It's just for a second. And you're going to have that ticket. Also, next week before the show, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to provide the same opportunity. I'm going to say, if you call in, you make a comment or whatever else like that, I probably just ask a question. I'll probably come back to this and say, what's that about? And whoever answered it, I don't know. She said the terms is mine. So guess what? I'm going to give them away. But it's going to be a fee. Not financially, but yeah, I ain't just no. It's like, no, I give it to you, y'all, but we just gonna have a little fun for you to get it. I have a treat. You know, I always share with y'all that I myself am an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. But we not gonna get sensitive tonight. I'm gonna keep it real like I do. Give it to y'all. Peace and love to the gods and all the goddesses out there. I'm going to share one of my selections. Yes, everyone who know me, the girl ChasReal, and I'm a hip hop artist. As a poet, I sell shoes. I do whatever. I just love to love. So let me stop it. I'm going to share this with y'all because, like I said, my message tonight was everything green grows. Every time you say green, like the grass, the trees, anything, the leaves, anything. That little old frog, my little old lizard that I got over here, he grew like really, really fast. And your money, I hope your money grows. All of that, just remember that everything green grows, and all the time, realistically, it ain't always green, if you know what I mean, but it's still growing. So keep your head up. And my selection tonight, because I am ready to get them out of here. That's right, y'all know I stay within the time frame. I don't be playing, and then plus, I gotta go sleep. But this selection right here is I am. Don't you ever get it twisted, and you better live. I am. Let's get it. I am sophistication, determination, inspiration, man's motivation, my own classification. I am serenity, dignity, prosperity, and courage. I can love to infinity and don't get discouraged. I am power. I am respect, immaculate with intellect. I am the tears and the sweat and the years of oppression. But I'm still faithful, not hateful. I care. I'm a blessing. I birth sons and daughters. I am a supporter, a hustler, a mother. I keep things in order. I am the truth. My ancestors' roots. I am a star that always shines through. I'm strong. I'm free and victoriously. I can't be broken. I am a priceless token. I'm hope. I'm dreams, a progressor, a successor, a queen, the ultimate thing. And I just keep getting better. I'm life. I'm soul. I'm righteousness and hold. I'm bold as my feistiness upholds my status as the baddest force. After God, of course, to step foot on the face of this earth. I'm so full of grace. You cannot measure my worth. I am. It's true. I am. And so are you. Give me y'all. I had to read a little bit off my paper. But yes, I love to do performing, spoken word and different things like that. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Yes, I am, and you are too. Everything green grows. God loves you. God bless you. Come through next week and check me out right here on Be Exposed Radio. I'm out of here, y'all. Love y'all. See you next week. You better live. Mm, 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 mm. Is your living? What is giving? Is your living?